evening, everybody. You missed nothing. How's it going, Llama Boy? I totally didn't just back my way off the platform in the process of trying to alleviate a slight overload in wood. Totally didn't happen. Nobody can prove that that happened. Never mind my health, it's not an indicator. How you doing, Llama Boy? Welcome in. So yeah, Tree Farm is doing wonderful work. You can prove it happened. You have no proof. No proof. Yeah, Tree Farm working very nice. Almost too well. I could probably turn it off for a bit, but we're gonna make some of the logs into latex here shortly as well. I'd like to figure out a way that I can feed the logs into this as well. But I'm not sure how to do that yet. But, yeah, progress being made. There we go, almost full health again. Let's see here. Let's put some of these in here. We have loads and loads of saplings now. A ton since this afternoon when I this morning when I was looking at it. So that's quite lovely. We'll wait until I actually hook this back up to make more clay before I turn those on. So yeah, Tree Farm doing some serious work. We got loads and loads of logs, lots of saplings to work with. So we should sort of get things rolling here, I think. So we got a few things that we need to work on. One of them is the big one that we need to work on is getting the primitive pump going. I think it's going to be our first goal for tonight's stream. And the other big one that we want to work on is this primitive ore factory. And I have almost all of the clay required for that project, but we are a little bit short on stone dust right now. So I'm gonna need more stone dust to make that happen. But that shouldn't be too terrible. We're not too far off on the stone dust. We need that to make the concrete. But first, we need to get the pump set up. So to make that, to start, we need to rearrange these so that we can make the... let's see. What's our best order for this? Because we need, for this, the redstone servo, which is sort of plus. So I guess if we take this one... That'll work. We'll do that. So it'll pop out here for the time being. And we still need to make one more of them. So I'm still waiting for you to prove that it happened, Llama Boy. I don't think you have any proof. I don't know if splitting these makes any difference to our results, but it feels better, even though it takes a little bit longer. I did hook up the coke ovens to make more treated wood planks. Just to make use of some of the creosote that we're producing here. I think I can turn off this tree farm for a while, because we actually have too much stuff from it now. At least for the time being, until we... I guess I could leave it running, because I do need more... I will need more saplings, probably. I don't know, though, because we might not need more saplings. If the... if the pump works well... I mean, I can do that part, but that doesn't exactly help. I'm just wondering how you're going to prove that it happened. There's nothing to go on. You have no evidence. Just stirring? What are you stirring? Coffee? Kool-Aid? Bread dough? I think we're gonna have to make more red sand, which is fine. I did also go through and make a bunch of dust. Stirring eggs. Yeah, it's a little weird thing to stir, but, you know, whatever. You do you. Let's go ahead and toss this in here. And we'll get the plumbing hooked up again. We're not short by much, but we are going to need more clay regardless. Let's take this out so I can just redirect this without dumping water all over. Alright. Water going in. We'll get more clay. Your grandma is Hungarian, so egg soup is a regular dish. I don't know what egg soup is. Let's see how we're doing here. In which you stir. So we got almost 3 of the 4 things we need. We'll make parts for the setup so we can make the copper here in a minute. Or not the copper, the redstone servo. Which I'm going to need to... I'm going to need water for that, but we have a good supply of water production for the moment through the saplings. In order to use some of the wood that we've got, I just shoved wood in here just to use some of it, because why not? Let's see. We're gonna have to do a little bit of shuffling of stuff here as well. I guess what I should do first, though, is take... this and make the crystals that we're going to be infusing with redstone. completely filled up on stone, on pebbles in here again, which is wonderful. I love that this works pretty well overall. Two of these have pretty good pace overall. Okay, so we're gonna need... do I take the dust now and do our redstone now, or do we wait? I would probably just let it go and do the, finish out this stack of dust. I did make more chutes and add a chute to the mill just to make it a little bit easier to keep that filled and running. No more needing to toss into it. You know what? We're just going to leave this on for now. Might as well. Do. It's interesting I can't shift click into the furnace on the fuel side. Sadly, I don't have a way to auto output from the mill at the moment. I'm sure we'll get there at some point. Something else I kind of figured out last night today, is that my, what I was considering doing with the water wheels, where I put the large water wheels in to run higher speed, is not really going to help me, because despite this saying kinetic stress capacity 128x RPM. Oh, okay. I see how I've been reading this wrong. The stress capacity is 128 times the RPM that it runs at, which this large one runs at 4 RPM, so it has 512 stress units, and the small one has 32 times the RPM, which is 8, giving it 256 stress units. I see how I was misreading that. Now that I've actually read it properly, those make a whole lot more sense. Long story short is I very much misread how the tooltips were working on that. These are not running at 32 RPM, obviously. And the big ones run at even slower. The big ones run half the speed, but ends up with twice the stress units. So what I'm thinking is once I fill water wheels up to here, I think I'm going to push this up one more layer and double side the water wheels. Yeah, math. Double side the water wheels on this tower, on this set of them, and bring the power up to the top of the tower. Just like I was going to do with the large ones, but I'm just going to use the small water wheels because they're quicker to make and they're cheap enough. They're cheap enough that it doesn't seem like it would be worthwhile to go and build the big ones for it. And I could potentially look at using steam or something like that to get more RPM and power out of it. But at the same time, this is all free and I don't have to deal with water for the steam. And I'm going to need, even though I'm going to need steam for other stuff, I think I'd rather only use the steam for other stuff. But we also could potentially try setting up the a water tank over lava and see if that gets us effectively free steam. Because that would be quite handy. Alright, so we're going to make some destabilized redstone here in a minute. We have almost enough gold for the additional crafter. Did I do... Let's just do this. Yeah, I need 24 for it. 24 redstone to make one of these. I did not goof what I did with the math for these. Alright, so we got our redstone. We need some charcoal to run the high temp process. We have plenty of water for the second batch. I just need a match. I also need to have the fan moved over here. Let's just grab a bucket and pick up that water. Then I don't have to worry about it running everywhere. Okay, load that. Okay. That was easy. Okay, so I need to do some re-plumbing here for a minute. Let's go ahead and let this squirt the creosote. How's it going, Si? Saplings have been doing quite well. This is what I pulled out of the farm box just now. And I had another pretty good batch this morning when I looked at things. Basically, we've got loads and loads of water capability at the moment. Right now, I'm working on rerouting a couple of things so that I can run... let's see, how am I going to do? I don't really want to have to move the fluid trash can here. Let's see. Basically, I need to get from here through a pump to there. And I need to go from both of these. All I gotta do is parkour my way up. Ow. Parkour my way up to where I can work on this. There we go. Well, that's not supposed to be... Where did the destabilized second batch of redstone go? Oh no. Well, that's lovely. Somehow, between just spilling half of it with the pipe and so I spilled a little over. Well, they're not touching each other. It pulled the water that was in here out, but I don't know where the second batch of destabilized redstone ended up going, and I spilled half of the batch that I had. Lovely. Alright, let's see. We have the water in here. We're gonna do this. That means we do have to centrifuge, or not centrifuge, sieve more dust. Because I now need another 10 dust. Let's see. That's most of what I need. Hate using this dust for it because this dust was really intended to be mostly for turning into clay. Although I don't think I was going to need a huge amount of clay for our projects here. Oh yeah, I would love to make a separate processing lines for all that stuff, but that's expensive right now. What do you think I am? Rich? I do plan on making separate processing lines for this stuff. Oh, I need to make 2... Wait, hold on. I've got to make one more batch. Because I don't have a full batch, or I don't have the half a batch that I need for the third one. This is enough for 2 of them. Alright, so we need a little bit more. There will definitely be a lot more fluid management and everything else stuff set up. I'm one redstone dust short. Let's see if we can get lucky and get enough out of this little chunk. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so that. Alright, mix this up. Okay, so we got a bucket. Okay, so right now it's showing... Hang on, what's going on here? What the hell is going on? Huh? Fireborn playing Silk Song. Every room is a gauntlet. What the heck is going on that's causing us to lose an entire bucket of destabilized redstone? Let's pull that back just to... because we need to work on some pipe games here. Okay, it found it somewhere. Because now we have... Oh, no. It found the second bucket that I just made somewhere. I don't know where it found it. We'll go make one more gem. Because we might as well. And then we'll cook these for the ones that we actually need for this part of the project. We're going to need more of these anyway. They generally come in pairs because of the way the destabilized redstone makes, but whatever. Alright, so it's not ideal to end up with the little bit, but I can't really do anything about that. Let's not have the match in our hand. Alright. You should eat breakfast. Yeah, maybe. Alright. Hopefully that gets us the last little bit of gold that we need for this. We do have to make the rest of the parts for that. And then we'll make... Then we need to make all of the other bits and pieces that we need for the pump, which we'll start working on here once this is done. The good news is that we already have all of the treated wood planks that we really could use for this. And more. It'll be interesting to see how fast this thing produces water. I would love it if we can just hook pipes directly to the output of it and send it directly into this this tank, so that we don't have to use pumps to pull out of the thing. That would be nice. Okay, so we've got the press already attached. Let's make those into plates. Make a double plate. And then we'll figure out the rest of what we need here in a minute. I know what we need for the precision mechanism. Mechanical crafter. What do we need for this again? Just the brass casing, which is brass. Treated wood planks. How much brass? We need 2 brass plates. We have enough for 1 brass plate, so we need to make more brass. We also need to make more... make the rest of the stuff for the electron tubes and the servo. Polish up this red quartz. Okay, so... then we need 4 iron plates, 4 iron rings. That's all the iron we need. Then we need 10 glass to make... We only have 1. I probably should have kept some cobble as sand. Let's take those. I do wonder... Let's not really wonder. I need to set up stuff so that I can have belts and everything else, but that requires actually being able to make the rubber, which we really can't make effectively quite yet. We're close, but I don't like leaving these unattended either. I'd also like to be able to make the RPM rotation speed controller things. Will be a really nice thing to have available. Okay, so we got 9 more. Okay, so this I needed... We also need more of all of this stuff. But I need to be able to route the kinetic power without having these bridges of gears and everything else. Okay, so we have that. I need to make wire cutters. So wire cutters are 3 iron plates, 2 iron rods, and a screw. That's pig iron rod. Oh, I have lots of iron in my pocket. So those are the plates for them. I need to make probably 4 more plates to make stuff for the moment. Wire cutters. This is just pressing a plate. And this is there it is. I should just go ahead and make another one of these right now. Oh, whoops, that was supposed to be... That was not how to make the fine wire. We have a piece of copper wire. I'm sure we'll need it eventually. This is for the other... the second redstone servo that we're going to need. Okay, so I need copper. Hey, there it is. This needs to be cut down. Okay, so that should be... that's all we need for the electron tubes. We just need to make the glass. So 5 flint dust, 10 quartz. Flint. Yay, I broke it. Do 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 do. Okay, so I need 10 cooked over in the kiln. I'm just gonna make all of this into glass because I know I'm going to need the glass, and a lot more glass than that really, but that's just the start. We definitely need that much. Okay, so over here, that's there. Fine wire in the middle, redstone thing in each corner. Do I have a saw currently? Saw. Be nice if I can at some point get one of these buzz saws. That'll be nice. Probably should have started the you saw a saw. Probably should get more of or should have started the glass in this earlier. So this gauntlet that Fireborn is doing in Silksong, is that anything like the Kaizo stuff that Derek was doing? One. Ah, ah, ah. I guess I can start working on some of the other parts. Pump deck. I need to make a bunch of screws. I need 10 of these pump deck pieces, so 5 batches of this. Wait. Oh! Interesting. I didn't know that worked this way. How did I miss that before? How did I miss that button? Interesting. Not as bad as Kaizo. When you enter a room, the ways out are blocked. You have to clear multiple waves before the path opens. Ah, I see. That. Let's see. Guess we have to do it that way. This gets all of the pieces over here. Cool. So this is all of the stuff to make one primitive pump. What is the... Oh, that's the glass for this stuff. I need somebody to backport it to Hollow Knight. Okay. We need 40 sticks. Done with sticks. We need some treated wood planks. Iron rotor. There we go. Alright, so we have the iron ring that we need, so let's get that. Okay, we need to make all of this iron into plates. That'll take a hot minute. We need a mix of plates and stuff cut down to make screws. Okay, so these need a bunch of planks. Those are going to be a nuisance to make, ultimately. Okay, so 3 crafts of this one. 3 crafts of this one. I guess I need... because all of these are being used to make those, so I'm going to need 15... like that. How's it going, Jaffa? Then I need 3. That goes there. Then these go in here. And we get small wood fluid pipes. There's a serious problem with my inventory. Can anybody spot the serious problem with my inventory? Pay no attention to the completely and solidly packed inventory. Okay, so we need those. That clears out some inventory space. With those complete, we can go over here. Huh. Interesting that that didn't just work. I guess because the one spot, or one of the spots that was powering it was, it's not solved by sorting things where they go, just get more inventory space. That would be an option if it was an option. I guess because this spot was one of the powered places, it just didn't cycle? I don't know, that's weird. Don't know why that was. Bags or backpacks? No, I don't think that's, that doesn't sound like a thing. That sounds made up. Okay, so we have the small pipes. All of these small pipes go to normal size pipes. Just to nobody don't know anything. I mean, it just sounds like if you had suggested a real thing, then maybe, but that just sounds completely made up. Do-do-do. Imagine being able to make more than one of these machines quickly and easily. That would be amazing. Then this is the same thing but 3 times. Do, 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 do. Okay, so we got that. We need to make the rotor, which we need 4 plates, 4 screws to do that. So I need 8. I need 9 crafts of this? I don't know why I need 9 crafts of it. Okay, well, 9 crafts it is. How's it going, Nasty Man? How are you this evening? Oh, new mic arm. Mic is no longer fully in the screen. What do you mean it worked? Oh. You brat. Nope. Nope, I already did. I already did. 16 crafts of this. I just did. I refuse. I refuse. You want to use your... You want to try to trick with the, You want to trick with the, walk-on. We need... 16 remained, 16 obtained. these. Just because I've been Pavloved. It's entirely... Well, okay. It's not entirely your fault. It's also partially Llama Boy's fault. It's partially Llama Boy's fault. Mostly. No. Why do I need 2 more rings? What am I I'm confused here. Okay, so we need 4 of those. We need 4 screws. Then we take a ring. I gave the permissions and you promptly abused them. Which, I am proud that you were so quick to abuse the permissions, because that, I would be disappointed if you left it for any length of time. Okay, so we have our rotor. I don't know why we need 2 more iron rings. What happened that we need 2 more rings, but okay, whatever. We have the slabs here. We can go there. We can do everything but that part right now, because I have to make the brass casing. There's the pump deck. There's the hatch. Okay, and then this part I need to make the brass casing to finish up the mechanical crafter. Which I think I need a little bit more pocket space. Let's put the parts in here. Brass casing. I need 2 pieces of brass. Brass is copper and zinc. We already have enough for 1 brass. And I need to superheat. I have the match. I have the charcoal. Need the basin in the catch position. We need to pick up the washing water. Put the fan back. And mix it up. 5 more until cake. Why is there cake? Why is there cake at 40? Brass casing. I need treated wood planks, treated wood frame. Lex Luthor stole 40 cakes, and that's not good. Okay. Should I be concerned that you're confusing me so easily? No, there's definitely no cake. Okay, I need 8. 8 shaft pieces. Let's saw these up. I also never lied, because I never said there was cake. However, there is... I understand Lex Luthor. I don't understand Lex Luthor stealing 40 cakes. What is this? Poem in October. That's not where the andesite alloy was supposed to be going. That was supposed to go over here. Um... 1978, DC Comics released a children's book called The Super Dictionary. If I was expected to know that... okay, so this gets that. This gets that. Precision. Then I need screws. I need to make more screws. So definition of the words accompanying the comic panels. That is completely not true. Listen, if I wanted this kind of abuse, then I could just, you know, like, play games on the internet or something. Oh, wait. In the mid-2000s and 2010s, one panel of Luthor stealing 40 cakes went viral. Okay. What? Why are you swearing in my chat like this? What have I done to provoke such violent outrage? What is the problem? Do you not like Bello Bell? Oh, wow. Oops, this side. Okay, so this goes here. Crafting. There we go. The book is infamous for inspiring Craig McCracken. Is he related to Phil? To give Mojo Jojo his repetitive speech pattern in Powerpuff Girls. What is prompting this laughing problem? Certainly not. Certainly not Craig's relative Phil, is it? Let's see here. Okay, so I can't push this to the thing. That goes there. We get one of these. Small pipe, big pipe. Normal, large, whatever. Screw, rotor. And a couple slabs that I didn't bring over here. Phil shenanigans. When I was looking, Lex took 40 cakes. He took 40 cakes. That's as many as 4 tens, and that's terrible. Okay, we done it. We done it. We made a primitive pump block. Okay, so this... The controller block is in that corner. So let's see. We'll end up with this being here. We need the hatch there. Okay. Structure formed. Production one bucket per second, it looks like. Okay, so now's the other part of this test. If we go like so, it does not appear to auto export. It doesn't seem to auto-export, so we have to... That means we still have to have a pump pulling water out of it. But this seems to produce a serious amount of water. Whoops, I did not mean to hit something... Whatever popped up that jade pop-up. Okay, so we have that. We don't have to have water under it. That's wonderful. Let's put this fan back over here for the moment. Put its water there. Can I get water from here? I can. Oh, that is so... Wait, auto input. Okay. Okay, it does not seem like there's a way of getting it to auto output. That's fine. We just have to fit into this mix a pump. But the good thing, because the thing is so fast to make water, we don't need to have a tank of water. We can just use the water that this produces for our purposes at this, at least at this point. That also means that all of the effort that we did to get this set up for saplings really is kind of irrelevant. We don't need those saplings now, because we got plenty of water this way. So, I think we go ahead and take this thing apart. Put these over here. I don't know why there was a saw in that box. Let's go ahead and collect all of those. Let's get the bucket to pick up the lava before we do anything else. Pick up the lava. Then we can go ahead and just break all of these. This doesn't really... At least at this point, this does not really recover any space. Because this thing is huge. Automated message saying transactions from your Visa worth $1,600. Alright, with these changes in mind, I think I am going to go ahead and turn that off for now, because I think we've got plenty of wood to last us a good while. Let's see. Oh, I did mess around with Hang.fm a little bit earlier, and it's an interesting potential way of doing the music selection stuff. It works very similar to the way that Jukebox worked back when I was using that. Okay, so I'm going to move this to here. I think this gets rotated to have the output side, or the opening in the frame here. Yeah. going to put the hatch here. I wonder. Alright, before we put this here, let's try one more configuration of this structure. Whoops. Let's see if I can... Will these even go the other orientation? No. Okay, never mind. I can't do what I was thinking about doing. Do. Slab will be fine. It's interesting that I can't shift-click to see the structure. There we go. So we have water. As for how I'm going to route water out of this thing, this is probably going to end up getting moved like half a dozen times while I try and figure out how to make use of it effectively. Okay, so with this, I think the next thing I need to do does involve this water, because we need to make the do the clay formation for all of the primitive ore factory. Let's see. This, we look at this and we say view recipe tree, so we can see the whole thing. This over here, default. That's such a broad plan already. So then we need this recipe tagged. We need this recipe tagged. I don't know how much or what we'll end up needing for these hatches, but let's just go ahead and output hatch to make an input hatch. Wait, can I not even make those? I can't even make those until I get an assembler. So I definitely don't need those to start. That's funny. Okay, so that's a non-issue. Not gonna worry about that part. The furnace, we have to make more mud bricks, but the large problem with making mud is no longer a problem. We don't have to worry about that anymore. We have all the water we want. Okay, so that's fine. We need the redstone to make the electron tubes. Let's mark that just so I have that part. Okay. So, all said, the big things, the expensive things that we have to work with, or that we have to deal with here, is 105 copper. The zinc is not a problem. We have... the tin is not really a problem. 53 buckets of water is not a problem at this point. It's really the copper and the redstone, probably. What is the... where is the wood being used? Oh, to make the campfire. Okay, so the reason why we need so much copper is for making bronze. Okay, so with needing that much copper, I guess while we're working on trying to get other stuff set up here, let's get the... let's get water hooked up so that it's available to start making the clay. Pump. Hello, game. That was weird. I need a cog. Do I have any cogs spare at the moment that are already made? There they are. Alright, look at that. We got so much water, we don't even have to worry about wasting it anymore. Okay, so now we can start dumping dust in, because we need a ton of dust. Well, not a ton of dust. We need a ton of clay. Shower time! We need to put the basin back in here. Okay, so we need to grind up 130 clay dust. I figured that. I figured that's what you're referring to. Then we also need to... let's grab this. Take it here. There we go. So all of this dust needs to be made into clay. A large portion needs to be converted to clay, or to clay balls to make the bricks. Let's put basically all the stuff that's in our pockets back into boxes for now. Even though we're going to need a good chunk of these things. I just need to be able to kind of sort through some of the pieces that we have sitting here. So we need 296 more bricks. We need more stone dust, but we're going to get that because we need to make a lot more copper. Let's see. We need 2 of these eventually. Okay. Come on. Let's do this the right way. There. So this is showing we need 269 more compressed clay. I guess I need to get... I have more sand. Is this enough? This should be enough for the glass we need. I definitely will need more mortars. So this all... I don't want to try... I don't want to grind these. I'm curious if they will grind. Although... This makes 4 of these, so that... If I grind them that way, that does save a bunch of concrete. Okay, so let's take a look here. Brick dust. If we do that path, we already have that. It does mean... It does mean grinding up more bricks to get there. It's the same... I think it should be the same... Let's see. Yeah, it's the same total number of bricks to do it. But it saves us making the concrete. I feel like the concrete... Making more mortars, I feel like is going to be cheaper for... from a resource standpoint than making more... making all the concrete. Okay, so this isn't running because there's not quite enough for a full batch. This should be close to what we need, I think. Should need 200 more clay balls. Okay, 100 more. 28 crafts remaining. I need sticks, I need string, shovel, flint. Okay, this is a sufficient quantity of clay to make all of the bricks that we need. All right. And then the rest of this clay, how much? 86 clay. I'm not sure exactly how much we need. It should be 130. Um, 44 more. 23 more? I feel like I ended up shorting myself somehow. Maybe I ended up making too many clay balls? Okay, so that's going... Don't wanna! Okay, so I need a little bit more dust to make into clay. Let's make just another stack, because we'll use it anyway. And then we'll grind up 130. I need to cook up more stone, I'm pretty sure. Oh, there's some of the clay. We have enough stone for 2 more mortars. That's all of the clay blocks that we need. So put any extra clay will go in here. That... The only drawback to this is that we're just going to use up a lot more mortars. That's not a huge problem, all said. By switching to this route, we've also reduced how much... we reduced the amount of stone dust that we need by a lot, so that's good. We do need to run and find more copper. We're gonna need more redstone. I probably will need to make... I probably need to run the process for the crude dirt to get more stone. More charcoal in. That's not a lot, but a little bit more in here. It's not a lot of copper, but it's a start. Um, let's see, we have calcite. Got blackstone and basalt. Really, we need a lot more diorite to work with here, so hopefully we'll get a bunch more from these guys. We might not get this primitive ore factory online tonight, but we're going to get a good chunk of this stuff done that it needs. More dust. Definitely need to run more stone. More coarse dirt to stone process. I need to make some mud as well. It's about, or just under half of the redstone we need. That's not terrible. That redstone... Where's the remaining redstone that we had? Did we use all of it? If we do end up with extra bricks, it's not a huge deal. We're gonna need extra bricks for making... Whoa, those are weirdly transparent with the shaders. We're gonna need extra brick for making the latex farm anyway. Stone. We have iron in pocket. Okay, there's a good chunk of it. We need apparently 49 more brick dust. Do-do-do. $45 more. It's not bad progress, all said. We should have all the clay we could possibly want for now. Let's make a stack of mud. And then we'll take the water supply away. Because we'll... After we get this batch of... After we get the mud, then we're going to need to make... Actually, hang on. Mud, bricks. These get compacted with water, so I guess we'll move the water over there. Once we're, I need to make another one of these mechanical presses. What does it take to make another mechanical press at this point? The anvil is the annoyingly expensive part. We have the iron, so we could definitely do. Let's go ahead and start doing that. This, we need the casing. Hammer. Andesite alloy. The saw. I sort of want to make that toolbox, but I don't want to spend the gold on it yet. Gears and a pole thingy. Focus on work time. No, I will not focus on work. You can't make me. There we go. I probably should make more water wheels soon. Soon? Make more water wheels soon. How much have I been drinking? What I'm drinking is not going to be causing that. Okay, so we got water here. Not enough. I am drinking plenty. See? Plenty. This mud needs some straw to go with it. Then it needs to... Is there another way? By using... If I put a bowl in a deployer... Sure, why not? Do. Then... whoops, that's not where it goes. It goes over here. Whoops. This is far too much stuff. I really don't need to turn all of these into the bricks right now, but I might as well. Let's do that. There's 104 of the brick dust we need, all made up into that part. So we still need 104 more bricks ground up. We're going to need at least one more mortar for that purpose. Toss those in. Those can go there. We'll put these here for now. I very much like how much easier that process was this time. The last time we had to make clay bricks, or not the clay bricks, the mud bricks was not too bad, but that was so much easier. We're gonna take that out for the moment. Because we need more sphalerite stuff. This is not running. We need to empty our pockets so we can stonify stuff. I can go in there. Put the redstone here. Okay, so let's take that one. Let's see. We've got calcite. How many diorite picked up there yet? That goes in there. This will go that way. Go ahead and process this diorite. That was not very much. Diorite is definitely going to be our problem at the moment for our copper. I vastly underestimated how much copper we were going to need. Although we do already have the redstone servos, and that's a little bit of the copper that we need. But most of it's in making bronze for various stuff. 31 batches of bronze. It's a lot of bronze. Okay. I think our next process we need to run. Also, just kind of realizing that the way that I set this up is very much not good for getting the primitive ore factory connected, because it needs water as well. Although I don't know how much we can automate it for a while. Welcome back. How you doing, X? Welcome in. We have a tree farm. The tree farm is turned off because we have so much wood and such, and we have a ton of saplings, and we no longer need that. We no longer need saplings for water. And the wood that we have will last a while. I do plan on turning a bunch of it into latex, but we have so much, we have this thing making water now, and this makes water at a bucket per second. Sweckle. So it's amusing that we had to spend so much effort to get that and then promptly not use it. I mean, it'll still be there. I'm not going to tear this down. It'll just, I just won't leave it running all the time because we've got too much wood already. But if we find ourselves low on wood for some ungodly reason, then we just turn it on for a little bit and we get all the wood we need. This is almost done with what we need. All right. We have plenty of iron. I need to... Unhook the water. It's a buff elk-looking thing. A swell elk. Okay, so let's clear... I don't have enough redstone yet, and I need to make the... I need to make, coarse dirt. Let's put that stuff away. We're gonna go 3 stacks of dirt. 2 stacks of flint. Okay. Now that can do... Now it can do its thing for a while. Meanwhile... I guess once we get a little bit of this, we can go... sift a little bit so we can at least get some stone cooking again here. Let's take this. There we go. We need the stone to make another... I think we only need one more mortar to finish up the fire clay. Let's see, compress. So we mix up the fire clay, we compress it, we cook it, and then we need to make concrete to squish it together. And looks like we need 19 batches of concrete for that, 17 batches of concrete for that effort. Not too bad. So we'll work on getting that. And then the big thing that we have beyond that is getting enough copper, which is mostly bound by these making diorite, which is not going to happen tonight. I don't see us getting enough copper out of this thing tonight. This and this to make the fire clay dust. Okay, that's going. I'm short a little bit of that. Okay, so we have all of the clay and brick dust that we need for this project. Wonderful. So I'm glad we don't need to make more of those. That saves us... We're still going to be cooking the stone that we have, but that saves us more stone in that path. So let's see. We need jungle logs. We need 3 of these. We need some straw and tree bark. Which I don't think we have in here. No. I know we have a bunch. 2 tree bark. 1 straw. Furnace. Oh, I need some cobble. It's already all cooked over here. Okay, let's get... Let's sieve this up. We're gonna need to break more cobble down to dust as well. Oh, I missed the jump. Let's see... that. Then we'll put this away. Let's start this process going. Okay, so this then gets fire clay dust gets compressed. We need campfire, furnace. Okay, that takes care of that part. Furnace can go here. Yeah, so much of what we need is now just tied up in diorite. It made blocks. Well, this... good. This breaks back down easy. Let's take that away for now. That was weird. Alright. Now it's just the slow process of making the fire bricks. And then we have to make... once the fire bricks are all made, then we have to make the concrete, and then we just have a bunch of other miscellaneous stuff to make. All of which really just depends on cycling concrete through here. Or not concrete, cobblestone to make dust and... really mainly dust, because I'm not going to run... I'm not going to manually sift gravel to make more diorite. That sounds terrible. These... concrete. Concrete does not require heat. That's nice. All right. I guess the next thing I need to do... I guess I need to just keep making more... Make more... not cursed. I guess the mixer is busy right now, so I can't make more of this quite yet. Halfway done with this batch. I could probably use more mixers. But mixers are kind of a pain right now. And I don't have a place to put it anyway. Once we get through this, I guess now, yeah, now we just need to make more dirt. This is getting there. This is 30 seconds per set of 4 fire bricks. Bit of a slow process, but that's fine. There we go. Alrighty. Might as well wait for this to finish, and I can just do all three stacks of coarse dirt together. The other thing we still need to do is we still need to keep collecting more gold. Getting the primitive ore factory up and running will reduce our need to go farming for gold through the red sand. But I could cook up this clay to use for that purpose. Or I keep the clay... Actually, I should just break down this clay to clay balls and make bricks out of it, because I do need bricks for the latex farm. Latex plantation, this guy. Because this is going to be our primary way of making latex once we are able to make it. That is the plan, anyway. Let's see here. Let's see. How are we doing? Fuel, we should probably add more. These are both doing fine. I hope I didn't end up losing anything. That should be right. Sift away. Usually get a stack and a half to anywhere between a stack and a half to 2.5 stacks of worth of cobblestone out of each batch of this that I've been running. So we got a stack and a half. I guess we're firmly in that step at the moment. Not what I wanted to do. Headphones, please. That. Headphones, seriously. Wish I knew what caused them to disconnect that way. I guess the other thing I should potentially look at sometime is making another auto scavenger just for making flint. That may be beneficial. It does require a little bit of gold, but the gold won't be... Actually, I guess I wait until I find out how much I'll need it once I get the primitive ore factory online. Because I might not need it. I might not need the stone as much at that point. Yeah, that's probably a thing I should just wait until I find out how much I end up actually needing it. Okay, so it's a very nice looking ring of trees. Let's see, what else do we need to work on at the moment? I guess I could work towards, work on extending the tower upwards and bringing the power upward, or the rotational power upwards towards setting up the chain stuff. Not that I have the chain made for it, and it's going to take a lot of iron to make chain. But that will eventually be what we're going to use to work towards automation, is these frog ports and stock links and things like that. I have really minimal idea how it all works. We're definitely a ways away from being able to start making the parts for all of this. I don't know how the frog ports or any of the package routing stuff works. But I think it will be interesting to figure out how all that stuff works. Do we have more? Let's see. Let's get the next batch started. I don't know what I'm doing with this at the moment. Headphones, why? Why do you not want to stay connected? Well, now I don't have any idea what's actually pending to drop in there. Do. Another stack. Okay. Sand there. Gravel there. Do. Okay, so. Got a bit of diorite here. It's not a lot, but it's a little bit. Let's run it through real quick. Right. Let's go and do run some of the dust. See how much redstone we get out of it. I guess, come to think of it. No, I did not make the... I made the copper wire for the second one. I didn't make the whole second thing yet. It's 15 of 24... 16 of 24 redstone. Getting there. I think we need to make all of this into nuggets as well to make sure we have enough. That gets us... Oh, that's enough nuggets to get us there now. I guess I could... Well, no, I've already got this, so I guess the only thing... The only copper use I really need to do would be 2 plates worth to make the copper bolts towards the gems. I also need to make more sandpaper. Which I have sticky resin. A sticky resin. I guess once we get this primitive ore factory up, then we'll be able to make the gold that we need to get the refined mash to ultimately make it so we don't need sticky resin from taking the bark off the trees. Which I guess that's something I can do with these trees. I do wonder. We're going to find this out together. I'm wondering if the saw will be kind enough to chop down all these trees that are not all stripped bark or stripped jungle logs. Or if we're going to have to climb up to be able to get these chopped down. Let's let it run and find out. Okay, so got 11 more. 11 sticky resin, so got 10 more sticky resin out of that. Okay, good, it did chop them down. Perfect. So this is a good thing to keep this thing around for, is that we can at least use it to get sticky resin until such a time as we have other sources. So yeah, that's a good reason to have it around. You're counting on me? Oh, man. Why would you do such a thing? And especially, why would you tell me that you're counting on me? What kind of horrors are you trying to inflict on me? Have a good night, X. That. All right. 48 more fire bricks to finish running through right now. All right, we got the 20 redstone we need to do the infusion portion. Guess I need to make let's do that to get more quartz sand. And then we need one of this for sandpaper. Up here, we're going to put in those. Do I not have more glass dust? I thought I should have more. Thought I would have more of it. Or quartz sand, but that's not really gonna help. This can go back up here for now. Okay, and then in here, we're gonna do 4 of these. Let's see, sandpaper. I need canvas, sticky resin, and sand. Let's see, one of those. Okay, we need a new scavenger for one of them. More charcoal. That's kind of crazy how long it takes to go through a batch of these. I think I have 6, 12. I do not have enough coke bricks to make another, to fit another one of these in yet. Coke oven bricks, coke clay, quartz sand, and clay dust. It's not too bad to make more. Might be looking to make another coke oven before long to keep up with the demand for coal, for charcoal. GTNH when? September 93rd. Let's get more. Do. Library game when as I'm in no rush. What's library game? I don't know what you're talking about. What's that? Put 15 of those in. 16 of those in. Oh, okay. What kind of BS would you like me to give you? Okay, so we need to hook up the water again. Need water to here. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you sure you're making sense? Well, I mean, that wasn't the answer, but I guess it is now. Okay, I need the stone dust, I need calcite, and gypsum. Let's see. We need 17 batches. Of concrete to make this, so... That should be sufficient. Look at it go. To imagine, we used to struggle for all of that water. It's only taken a little over 2 days of game time, of time played. The vast majority of that actively working through stuff, and a little bit more with the server just churning through making stuff, but not that much to get us to this point. Having water feels so nice. Whoops. Alright, so we got 65 fire bricks. Some of those are going to be going towards 4 of those go towards the actual controller block. We have a little bit of extra concrete here. What do I do with this extra concrete? What do we do with extra concrete? I don't think I have anything that needs to be concreted together at the moment. Coke oven bricks, but I don't have any of that ready. Stone bricks. I guess I could make a couple of stone bricks, because there are a few things that need stone bricks for various stuff. Like, we'll use them for the stone barrel at some point. So let's see. That's 3 batches. Do. I mean, the concrete isn't exactly super important at this stage, weirdly enough, but it also feels bad to just waste it. Really, the main reason why I don't want to waste it is the stone dust at the moment. Alright, the main part that we're missing now, the main thing we're missing is copper to make bronze. And we need a lot of it. Copper. We have 40. Right now we are 1 stack of copper short. Actually, slightly less than that, because I do have this. We're 62 copper short. Let's see. Let's go ahead and run this so that we can get the cobble out. Or cobble processing. That's all good. We do have the redstone that we need. I can make another pump. Let's see here. What if I set up... That seems like a I'm trying to figure out a pipe routing so that I can run the destabilized redstone out of here into the distributor, or not the distributor, the squirter thingy. And I need to get power to the pump. That does not get me where I want to go. What if... What if I had that, and I had the pump here, that kind of works. That kind of works. Let's put the spout in, and then we'll put the pump in, and we'll make sure that it gets where it's supposed to go. Bucket. Bucket of water. Okay. That worked. Alright, so then I can grab depot, stick depot here, and we can pick up this water, pick up the fan. Fan is ready. We have no crossing pipes. Those will go there. Okay, then I need the match, a match. We go move this like so, we go. Okay. Ghetto as hell, but it worked. We made it work. See, listen to the full Beetlejuice musical every now and then. I'm glad I can confuse your head. That's enough glass panes. We should have the bolts that we need. I consider it part of my duty. Duty. Okay, so I should have bolts in here. So now the only thing I have left in this process is, or for the tubes, is the additional redstone to recook the red gems. And we need those 4 to make this. I need to plate some iron. I need 4 iron plates. Why do I need 4 iron rings? 4 iron rings for the 4 electron tubes, right. We can pick this up again. We can pick that gear up. Let's go ahead and make a bunch of plates. Plates would go here. The wire goes there. Gonna take a while to work through the gravel. But we might bypass a little bit to get some redstone out. Not that it matters, because we're still waiting on the... we're still going to be waiting on diorite to make the copper that we need. I look forward to having better resource production. Stepping upwards in the resource production will be very nice. Let's put that much up there. Want to force it to get some sand through to drop it down to dust a little bit earlier than it would do otherwise. there's 6 more copper ingots. We're up to 47. We need 54 more. Once I get this bit of sand through, I do want to let it just run back to the, finish all the gravel and then worry about the sand at that point. But I do want to get enough that we should get the redstone that we need. Because I'd like to at least get the redstone servo done. I guess I could start doing the bronze that I can. Because we do need a lot of bronze. Whoops. Because we need so much copper and bronze, I guess it wouldn't hurt to run recipes through phased. I was really hoping we'd get more redstone than that. Come on, give me enough redstone. Hooray. Okay, so let's see. I need the glass panes. This sandpaper is really pretty terrible. Wears out so fast. How do I trigger... How do I trigger this thing to go? Button. Okay, button not an option. That worked. Okay, so with this in hand... With this in hand and the fire bricks in hand, we can see we're basically just down to all of the bronze and a little bit of brass. Looks like enough brass for 2 plates. I guess I could do the brass right now. I don't know. Is it worth spinning up the heat just for that? I guess now that I've got that part reasonably well sorted out, it's not as big of a problem. So we're doing 2 batches of brass. All right. We need the water out. Copper, zinc. Do. Yeah. Here's our brass. We need to run one of these through the saw. Let's put this dust in here for now. What is the brass for? The brass is for making the actual primitive ore factory block. I guess I can put this stuff up on the board now. So the rods on either side. Plate on the top. Those in the corners. Servo furnace. Oh, right. Haha, it reset, or it cleared everything else off the board. Whoops. Oh well, that's fine. We know we need a bunch more copper anyway, so it's not like that's too much of a problem here. Where... Where do we put this device? I guess we go something like... No, not that block. Three. Yeah. I think this is going to be the plan here. And from here, I can bring a water pipe up and over the top to plug into the front of this thing. It's a lot of pipe to do that, but... Okay. So that gets us water into it. This is not an ideal place for this thing in terms of getting around our space. However, with our current technology, it has to be close to our water source. And this is where our water source is. I'm going to leave this side open. Whoops. Let's see what the next layer looks like. Let's put this one. This. That looks like right. Just gonna leave this open until we're done, so we can get into it to put stuff in. Then we stack more. Across and up. Let's see. So we should have a square. We do. And then on the main sides, like so, and then the brass casing goes on top, and then we need the brass pipes for the inside. Okay. That's quite the structure. Even though it's not quite done. That's a lot of resources that we've spent right there. All we need now is copper. Sphalerite crushed ore chunks. So that's... No, that's the zinc. Chalcopyrite. I guess I should really look at instead of this specifically. What do we need for copper? And see if we have any other potential path to get copper. Let's see. I think realistically the answer is going to be no, we don't have another way to get it to it at this point. But let's see. So we have the nuggets that we were making originally. We have this rugged alloyer path that we're using with the chalcopyrite. 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 Yeah, I don't think we have another option at this particular stage. Now, once we do get the primitive ore processing online, That doesn't really increase our copper. I think we can make the copper ingots with that, which is fine. The somewhat scary part of that is the 10% chance to not get it at all. And none of the other siftables get us the chalcopyrite dust out. Once we do switch to the refined meshes, then we get crushed chalcopyrite instead of the oh, and we can all that's reinforced mesh. Reinforced mesh will be able to just run gravel through, but that requires an assembler and steel and all sorts of stuff. But getting the crushed ores instead of the chunks, the tiny chunk bits, will definitely help things. Basically, getting this online drastically improves our gold potential, and having the increased gold potential means getting more mechanical crafters up and running. As soon as we get 2 more of these, then we can make the chain drives and start doing that. I guess what we can do right now is we can just sift through a bunch of this, because we're gonna need the chunks anyway. But we don't need the chunks until we get that online, and none of these help us get that online. I don't know. Really, we just need diorite at this stage. We just need lots and lots of diorite. All that to say, diorite. This is such a mess. I'm very much looking forward to getting the chain drives and the ability to better distribute power. Eventually, we might even get electricity. That might be... Getting electricity might be just a little bit extreme, though. That might be just too extreme of a concept to have electricity. I don't know if we'll be allowed to do that. We're close. Wait, why did we not... I held fire clay dust. I never made actual bricks as part of that. Okay. Let's do that. it is. Extreme voltage? I mean, maybe. That's where the quest book ends. It gets into EV, and that's the end of what it has. But yeah, any kind of power is going to be pretty extreme. Where did I put that stuff? One of these. 1, 2, 3 of those. One of these. I'm just gonna stick a bucket of water in there instead of doing it all fancy. I guess I probably should have made more bricks, because now I'm stuck with concrete in there again. But at least that cleared all of the quests out of the mix here. So this page, all we have left is down here. I guess... Let's put this together and see what we need. We have all of... We'll need to get shears to get the leaves. That's fine. I need to make another redstone servo. I think I'm just gonna worry about the brick portions of this for now. This needs 2 more, so... What are we at total here? $13. 13, so, oh, I guess each clay ends up making 1 brick, so that's fine. We need 15 total, but 14 more than what I have currently. Three batches of concrete. Might be the right amount. 3 additional batches might be the right amount. I'm not going to reconnect the water directly to the basin. I think that's going to be one of the bigger annoyances trying to do... Excuse me. Trying to do full automation with Create. So I don't think we have the right stuff to do full fluid automation. To like pull fluids from different tanks automatically. I don't think that is a thing that we'll have available. Diorite. A little bit more. Just a little bit, though. I think, though, because I'm waiting on diorite, I did not realize we needed so much copper. I think we're going to wrap things up pretty much here. Wait, do I have... I don't have enough fire bricks. I gotta make more fire bricks, too. Because... the rest... the, counts were expecting the hatches back here. And I can't make any hatch until I get an assembler. So I am 3 fire bricks short. Now, fortunately, that's not too terrible. We already have the clay. Running that process is not too bad. That's 1 batch of concrete. So that's the thing I wasn't expecting to need more of, was more of those fire bricks. That's fine, though. Like I said, that's not too bad to make. 24 bricks worth. Basically 12 clay total, which we have that. I guess I could start working on that now as well. So this... recipe for these. I wish I had a sure way to get the requisite number of clay balls without it having like a % chance. Once I get extractors and stuff, then we'll be able to. Bricks, throw them in a fire. Make fire bricks. And that's kind of what we're doing. Whoa, hello. This. Okay, I want this one to finish before I put these in, because I want to make sure that I keep the 2 batches separate. I guess that's fine. I just need to grab this before I leave. Water? I don't know if this makes... quite gets us what we need. did with one squishy leftover. And I needed... I'm only making 3. So... Unfortunately, I'm going to end up with 2 batches left over. I guess I could make 5 fire bricks, but that seems silly. I don't know what I would use the extras for at that point. I guess I could stick ladders on this to get high, to get up on the top of it. Grindy. Stack it up. This should be okay. Make the bricks. And we'll get these cooked. And then we'll get these cooked, make them into the things. I guess I could make... Let's see, I'm going to have 2 batches left. Let's do 2 more clay. And we'll make 2 more bricks. 2 more regular bricks. With the extra concrete. Because that's about as reasonable as anything else I can think of to do with it. Do. Put those in there. Then mix up another batch of concrete. Those are both still going. Hopefully, well, we're not going to be playing this tomorrow for stream, but hopefully by the next time we do stream this, which I'm going to try and get some in on the weekend. Don't know if it'll happen for sure. But I'm thinking of a birthday StarTech stream just because. And hopefully by then we'll have enough copper processed to make the bronze to get this thing up and running. That's gonna be the general idea anyway. We now have all the fire bricks we need. We have water going in, so now we just have to, once we put the rest of the parts on, then we can start using this primitive ore processor to get, at least in theory, better overall returns on our materials. The really big benefit to this is in the gold. Because with the magnetite chunks, that has a 15% chance of giving us gold dust. This actually gives us 90% on the magnetite dust, which is iron, and then an additional 7.5% for an extra iron dust, which is not too shabby. And it's basically... We end up using a lot more charcoal. So I think the other thing we want to do here... let's see. I'm going to check that off, that off. Primitive pump is also done. So tasks, copper to make bronze to finish primitive ore factory. Third coke oven. That is not at all what I wanted out of you, Todoist. That's not what I want you to do. StarTech in progress. Didn't want this in the first place, just because I... Silly thing. Coke oven number 3. More water wheel. Wheels and set up. Set up power distribution on top of tower. I do still need to make a bunch of pig iron. I really could use making another fan, but the fan requires pig iron, and I haven't wanted to make pig iron because it's annoying. Mostly because I have to hand grind down the iron because I don't have a way of grinding it yet. Titan Forge. Iron foil ream. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff. So this Titan Forge. Holy! Look at that beast. Look at that amazing beast. You have a website that can help me finding another one of those. Another one of what? I don't know what I said that needs a website. This thing looks cool. Fans. Will it be the only one? Let's see. We don't have anything in here. They only do them. Ah. use of this one in the primitive ore factory gets us the iron, and nickel. How about pyrite? Pyrite gives us antimony, sulfur, and pyrite. So that's basically iron and sulfur as the big ones, and antimony for later. What about the sphalerite? What does this make for us? Oh, okay. Here we go. So sphalerite, which we have well, I guess we don't have a lot of andesite in here right now, but we have a fair bit that can be put in there. The sphalerite gives us a chance of getting some copper, as well as gallium, which I don't know if we'll actually need gallium or not. Probably will eventually. But yeah, there's at least some additional copper. How about the galena? What does that give us? So that gives us the lead, sulfur dust, and silver. Sulfur and silver, so that's good. Second source for that. The cassiterite, which is our tin, has 2 types of tin that it can get for us, and bismuth. I don't know what the bismuth is good for. Lepton coalescing superalloy dust. That's late game stuff that we will never touch. Bismuth bronze we might make use of at some point. I think it was in the cast iron recipe as well. So, yeah, that's... This will absolutely make our resources significantly better. All we need is 10 billion copper. Okay, maybe not that much, but we need a lot of copper. Alright. I think that's going to do it for tonight. Good progress being made. Let's go, before we wrap up completely, let's go climb this tower. Go from over here. And get an update screenshot. Yeah, that's going to do it for tonight. Oh no, I'm leaving. I'm running away. Tomorrow we're going to be playing Games of Pain. I think we're doing some Slay the Spire. We might have Big Daddy with us as well, to be determined. Let's see. We're going to go say hi to Wes. Wes is doing some D&Ds at the moment, one of his ongoing campaigns. But Wes is one of the originators of PlayOnCon, and I can't wait to see his face here in a month now. So yeah, we'll say hi to Wes, and that is going to do it for tonight. And I will see you all tomorrow. Laters!